Hello, Dulsts, and welcome back to Two Sentence Horror. Today we're gonna try and give this subreddit a fighting chance by looking at the top posts of this month. Spoiler alert, there's still some very bad ones in there. I'm gonna be giving these all a rating out of 10. Feel free to give me your reviews as well, and let's get into it. Daddy, why is mommy always so mean to me? My son asks, his tear-stained face wrought with sadness and fear. Deciding that it's finally time to tell him the truth, I say, she's just upset that you survived childbirth, and she didn't. I have no idea how this is the top post of the past month. It's just the classic, oh, it was a ghost the whole time twist. But I do like how instead of the mother ghost being like, oh, at least I left some sort of legacy and my child survives, she just decides to torment the child she brought into this world with her dying breath. Like, it's just a weird choice, I don't know, but I respect it. Out of sheer boredom, I turned on the radio in my kidnapper's basement, only to hear that he had been arrested the day before. I thought they were still searching for me, but then I heard my own voice saying how glad I was to finally be found. Usually, like, supernatural stuff doesn't get to me, but this just, I don't know, they said a lot with not so many words, and the idea of that flip from like, oh, my kidnapper's been arrested to, oh shit, he's like a doppelganger shapeshifter. It's creepy. It creeps me out. 8 out of 10. The girl grabbed her phone and rushed to hide in the closet, where she frantically dialed 911. I think someone's been stalking me. We'll be there in 10 minutes, the operator responded. But for now, don't come out of the closet, okay? So, what, is she being stalked by the 911 operator? I'm very confused here. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't have a huge brain, but I don't know, 2 out of 10? I don't know what's going on. Immortality is indeed a blessing. In the age of famine, the immortal's perk of body regeneration is truly a gift to humanity. Now, I don't normally like gross ones, they don't do much for me, but this one took me a second to think about, and just the idea of people having their limbs and flesh constantly eaten until the end of time, it's scary to me. 7 out of 10 is very good. Buried alive but immortal, I resolved to claw myself out, no matter how long it took. It was a half-century before I considered I could be digging the wrong way. Now, I'm sort of split on one, because the first part of my brain was just like, what, is Immortal the new creature on Two Sentence Horror? We got 2 Immortal stories in a row, and I was like, how could you possibly be digging the wrong way if you're trying to claw out of the ground? But then I thought, I've never been buried alive before, so I actually don't know if there would be a difference between the dirt above you and the dirt below you, and that was a creepy claustrophobic feeling. 6 out of 10. As I was leaving the house, I noticed the decal on the car rear window showing a lovely family of 5. Smiling, I reloaded and went back inside to find the missing child. I despise these ones where, like, we are reading from the perspective of the killer, and the whole point of the story is, I just love killing people. It's my favorite thing to do. Annihilating a family. Gotta make sure I get all of them. Don't want to leave somebody behind to be traumatized. It's just, I don't know, fucking no. It just doesn't do it for me. 2.5 out of 10. You actually can see your nose through the corner of your eye. Your brain just automatically filters it out. You don't want to know the other things it's filtering out. I think this one is really creepy. I don't know why, but it just really gets to me. It's kind of vague, but it just allows you to imagine whatever you want is just existing at all times, and your eyes are just filtering it out because they don't want to see it. But 9 out of 10, this one's very creepy. Being among the first people on Mars has its perks. Being among the ones they left behind doesn't. Being among us, imposter, suspicious. 2 out of 10. I used to play Uno with my dead friend, but it was kind of strange as I never got to see him, only the cards moving by themselves, as if someone was touching them. One day, as I noticed that my fingers started to become transparent, he appeared in front of me with a smile on his face, and the reverse card in his hand. So this one's just a joke. This one is just a straight up joke. The 6 out of 10 joke. The joke's pretty good, but after my mother passed, my father took it upon himself to make sure I pursued my dreams. "The only one keeping you off the swim team is you," he would always say, as he pushed my wheelchair to the pool's edge. What the fuck? This is a 10. This is obviously a 10 out of 10. There's no question about it. Just what? What? "Babe, hun, wake up. Somebody broke into the house," I begged him, but he kept snoring, sound asleep. Normal people can't listen to ghosts. Even if they desperately try to warn their former partner, the killer is back to finishing what they started. This one just, it's the ghost twist, but it's not a good one. And then it goes on too long after that, and there's no tension. The lead singer of this story, wow, that is not how you say writer of the story, is a ghost. I don't know, it's just not good. My mother raised me to help those in need, so I always try to keep some spare change in my pocket for the friendly homeless man I see on the subway every morning. When my wife ran off with her lover and my son, it was the same homeless man that brought him back to me in one piece, and my wife and her lover in pieces. The moral of this story is that even the friendliest homeless person you meet can be paid to murder somebody. Like, what is even going on? I'm so confused. I mean, 10 out of 10, I am so entertained. I don't understand, but I'm entertained. A man I went out on one date with has been stalking me for months, and when he threatened my life last night, I finally decided to go to the police. "I'm sorry, ma'am, but there's nothing we can do, because he is the mayor's son." Like, what universe does this story exist in? Because the idea that the police would be that upfront and transparent with a victim of a crime that they are currently obstructing justice at that person's expense. Like, yeah, they would do it, but they wouldn't just tell you about it. Like, I don't know, 5 out of 10, I guess? Dave from HR stumbled around, blood spilling from around his lips. Turns out a razor blade and a burrito was enough to make him stop stealing lunches from the break room fridge. Is this like r/petty revenge or r/two-sentence horror? We're just gonna continue to have like crossovers, like we've got entitled parents and Am I the Asshole in two-sentence horror story form now? "The world's most deadly serial killer hasn't been caught yet. Lock your doors," said the reporter. "Wow, they're calling me the most deadly in the world," said a voice behind me. This is a 10 out of 10 as far as comedic is concerned. I'd give it like a 2 out of 10 in actual scariness, but I'm entertained. I'm definitely entertained. I awoke to find that someone had given me a manicure, each nail carefully filed and painted with a dark, shimmery polish. It was very easy to see that a lot of care was given to each and every finger before they were left in a neat line on my nightstand. I'm pretty sure if this story was actually happening in real life, it would just go, "I awoke. Oh my god, I have no fingers!" Just the fact that it's written in the first person and like the nails are so calmly described, it's almost like you didn't notice that they weren't on your hands and they were on the table instead. Like it took you a while to put together that that's not where your fingers are supposed to be. Jesus finally returned in 2022, and millions fell to his feet in praise. When he began beheading them, we knew we had the wrong idea about him. Yeah. I don't know. I would give this like a 2 out of 10 in actual scariness, 10 out of 10 in I want to see this movie be created. Like giant 50-foot Jesus with a giant like cleaver, but it's not a cleaver, it's a sword, so it's like an extra long cleaver, like some sort of like anime fucking Soul Calibur character just destroying the world. You can tell where a corpse is buried by looking out for certain flowers that like to grow over dead bodies. It's not discovering a familiarly shaped patch growing in my backyard that makes me wish I didn't know this. It's that the patch has been moving closer to my back door. The thing that gets me about this one is just the slowness of it all. Like, if somebody was actually crawling underground, digging through the dirt to get closer to your house as some undead individual would, and they're moving so slowly that new flowers are able to sprout up. Like, this horror story is happening over the course of months. Like, this is not scary. 4 out of 10. It was interesting. It was interesting for sure. Good concept. Check out my video on Two Sentence Sadness, a subreddit where people try to write stories of sad nature in 2 sentences. It's pretty bad, but it's kind of more controversial, so let me know what you think on the topic. And thank you to Hannah, Matthew Kendall, Caitlin, Beth the Dork, Ashton Jacobson, June, Mega Mander, Alicia, Catco, Kennedy DeSilvis, Tapey, Hyper Ninja Child, Jared D, Regrettable Stitches, Allison B, Fiona Fox, Kaya Bay, and Brittany, as well as everyone else you see on your screen for being top tier channel members. Hope y'all are skating on to the best of your abilities, drinking a sufficient amount of water, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Peace out, Cub Scouts. Keep it crazy and cool.